Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I'm just gonna go over basically my skin routine, what I do for my foundation, my base. I'm gonna go through the products that I use, how I do it, why I do it. To all those people who did used to watch my old videos, you're gonna notice that it's completely different from what I used to do. Now I work with my face and not against it. So I use products that are necessary and I put it in places where I feel like it's necessary to put it. I don't just put product on my face to just put it, you know what I'm saying? And before we continue on with this video, make sure you like, you subscribe, you comment down below what you love, anything that you want to say, and click that ring-a-ling-a-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling bell so that you know when my next video goes up. Look now, the last video I had on some black glasses. Again, these are computer glasses. These are giving edgy, artsy. She's giving me everything that needs to be gave. Yes, ma'am. And that's on her. The primer that I'm gonna use is the NYX Hydratouch Primer. This primer is amazing. And let me say this, before you do anything for your foundation or for your skin, make sure that you do your skincare routine. So make sure that you've washed your face, you've added whatever serums you use, and moisturize it. Moisturize is the most important thing, depending on also what kind of look you're going for. Me personally, I'm not necessarily doing a mattifying look like that, and I don't like my face to feel dry when I have product on, so I always make sure to hydrate my face before I do anything. I love this primer because it's inexpensive. It's not even that expensive. Of course, a lot of times, or primers especially, are very expensive. A lot of people, we go to Sephora, you know what I'm saying, but I ain't got no Sephora money right now. NYX products are very good. They're very nice, depending on what you use. I'm not gonna say everything is real nice by NYX, but this primer is really nice. You won't spend that much money, and it's just a perfect buy. Ooh, my skin feels so good. Yes. Like a baby's bottom. After we have primed our face, next what I'm going to do is get my concealer. So the concealer I'm going to be using is Juvia's Palace Concealer in shade 12. At first when I tried the concealer, I was like, this is too watery. Is this really going to give me coverage? Is this really going to get the job done? And I was kind of questioning it. But when I started using the product and realizing that a little bit goes a long way, I was like, this is perfect for me because I don't like having a lot of product on my face. And I highlight the places of my face that I feel like need to be highlighted. Not necessarily covered, in a sense, you know what I mean? If anything, I would cover some of the dark circles under my eyes and just any place that I want to highlight and emphasize. For some people it's very different. For you, it's probably going to be different for you because you may have dark spots, you may have acne, or you may have different things that you have to cover up when it comes to your skin. But for me, I'm just going to go into the places where I feel like I want to like emphasize and just cover up. Just for me, it's probably the dark circles. Ooh, girl, do y'all see my mustache? I don't know if you can see my mustache, but I'm gonna put it up here. Y'all gonna see, just keep watching. When I conceal under my eyes, I don't draw it out to the entire part and up to my cheekbone and do that whole triangle thing. For me, that's dead. So what I like to do is do it in two parts. So first, I like to go into the inner corner and the inner part of my eye, or under my eye, and I'll put a decent amount, not too much, but just a decent amount, enough to cover up what I do want to cover up and also highlight what I do want to highlight. I'll put some right there, and then what I like to do next is draw it out at the end. The reason why I personally have learned to fall in love with this is because it's not too heavy. I realize my face doesn't need that much product. Once you realize that your face does not need that much product to attain a certain look, you just fall back on how much you use. You know, you start to realize, okay, wait, what kind of product do I actually want? And it changes the type of product that you buy as well. Keep saying it, but I love their products. In a sense, this concealer allows for your skin to breathe. You don't just have it on your face and it's like, you know, some concealers are just heavy and it sits on your face, but this one you can breathe even though you have concealer on, and it's full coverage. And especially, this is one thing that I think that would help a lot of people. Before you conceal or do anything to your face, look straight into a mirror and look at where your face is highlighted. This is how you can work with your face. So before I did any of this concealer, I had to look into the mirror and see where exactly my face was highlighted. I was working with my face, seeing where I could apply the concealer, where it's necessary, where I do need to put it. And so with that, you start to build around your face and see where the best place it is to put product. So you guys, before you conceal or do anything like that, study your face. Look into a mirror and actually see what it is that your face needs. And once you recognize where you actually need the highlight and where you actually need the coverage, you'll start to see that actually creating the perfect base is a lot easier and a lot simpler than people think. We kind of freak out because it's like, oh my god, I want my foundation to be clear and smooth and all this stuff. But it's okay, sis. Just study your face. It's okay. Look at your face, embrace the beauty in it, and see where you gotta build. That's all. That's it. That's it. What I like to do after this is just take my finger, we using my middle finger, whatever finger you want to use, whatever one you feel comfortable. I don't want to use the sponge for this part because the sponge doesn't necessarily get into those little nooks and crannies, the little creaks and the cracks on our faces. So I'm going to use my finger to blend it out. And because it's also my finger, skin to skin contact allows for a nicer and smoother blend. And it blends into your skin better. You'll see. Watch this. As you guys can see, in a sense, my face is already creating some sort of contour and some sort of shape without even having done contour or done anything like that. That again is working with your face, not against it. Just look at it. We haven't even fully gotten to anything. We just did concealer and prime. That's all we did so far. What we're going to do is conceal. I mean, not conceal, contour. And I'm using the RCMA concealer palette. Don't mind it, it's kind of dirty, but don't mind it. And I'm gonna be using these two dark shades. I can't, y'all, look at the mirror. It's okay, it still works. I'm gonna be using these two shades right here. I'm gonna put it in my cheekbone, and I like to put it not necessarily in my cheekbone, but right above it, and brush it upwards, because when it comes to contour, you don't want to keep it in your cheekbone. You want your contour to actually shape your face, or to help shape your face. And again, this also comes with you looking at your face and seeing where you need to contour. The focus is less on creating a contour, but working with the contour that you have. Now that's done. Now that's done. But I'm gonna take this brush. It's like a flat contour brush that I got from Morphe. You want to blend this upwards. In a sense, we're kind of doing reverse contouring in a way, but because I already shaped my face before applying my foundation, it allows me to know that how much foundation I do need to use when it comes to that. So we blend this upward. Don't worry if it's patchy. Don't worry if it's looking weird, if it's looking funny. Don't worry about that. That's what the foundation will do to help to blend everything together, and everything will just look like it's, what's that word? Everything will just come together. Doing my face is probably my favorite part of doing makeup, because the face just shapes everything. If the skin isn't good, then what's the point of the eyeshadow? What's the point? Come on, you gotta make sure the skin and the base and everything is good. That's the key to get some good makeup. Because if your skin and base is good, no one's gonna notice what's wrong with your eyeshadow. No one's gonna say the eyeshadow's messed up. And so wait, they won't know. We're going to go into our foundation now. The foundations that I'm using is my Maybelline FitMe foundation. I just recently fell in love with their foundations because it's inexpensive again, and it's build to coverage, so you can use a little bit, and a little bit will go a long way. The shade that I'm using is 360 and 335. So 335 is too light for me and 360 is too dark, so I'm going to be mixing both of them. We are going to just blend everything together. It's going to melt. It's going to become cohesive, become one. Let's blend. We will use powder to go back over our faces to, you know, set everything and to define our highlight and define our contour and all of that stuff. So don't worry if it disappears. You see my face is still contoured. You still the highlight, you see the definition, you see everything, but we just use less product, and this was all because we work with our skin. We don't work against it. That's what we're doing here, okay? When it comes to Cheetah Boss's channel, we are working with our skin and not, thank you, against it. You already know what comes next. What I like to do, or what I'm going to do, is take a smaller brush, blend our nose out. Perfect. And that is done. Look at that, y'all. And we barely used any product just to create this look. Full coverage. Come on. Come on. Come on. Man, I'm so talented. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to be using compact pressed powders to set my face. Loose powders, personally, I don't like them. Maybe it's the brand that I use. If y'all know some good loose setting powders, drop them in the comments down below. But me personally, I've learned that with that, I don't like how heavy it feels or it sits. I like to use a pressed powder so that my skin still feels breathable and I can still go about my day not thinking that I have a pound of makeup on my face. I'm going to be using two brands, BareMinerals and LA Girl. LA Girl is cheap and is some good product, and BareMinerals is a little more expensive, but it works very well, especially if you're going for a skin-like or something breathable, you know, to set your face. So the shades I'm going to be using to set my under eyes and the places that I did highlight with concealer is the BareMinerals Bare Skin in shade medium and LA Girl High Definition Matte pressed powder in warm caramel. I'm mixing these two colors because the medium is a little too dark for me, too light for me, from the BareMinerals, and then the LA Girl warm caramel is too dark to set where I put my concealer. So I'm going to mix both of them, and here it is. I'm going to mix both of them so that I can create the perfect color. Get some of that, get some of that. I prefer to use like a small little stipple type of thing, powder brush. I like this because it's pointed and it gets inside the corners. This is from the Morphe set again. We're going to just press under our eyes. Look at that. Perfect. You guys, I love... Let me even... Hold on. Y'all gonna get into it. Right. Upper lip. I'm going to get our chin. Here. Come on. Perfect. I have another BareMinerals pressed powder, and this one is in dark to deep. Now I'm going to use this to set the places of my face that I contoured. This is to set, everywhere that I contoured, and so that it lasts. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to, you know, do a light dust of it. One. Not too much. This is just to set it. It doesn't get oily throughout the day. Not necessarily a lot that we need. After we've done that, I go in with another small brush and I'm going to set where I contoured my nose. Not a lot, just enough to set it. After that, I go into my LA Girl warm caramel pressed powder, and with this one, I like to use it to set the rest of my face. This is, what's the brand? Real Techniques. That's what it is. I'll take this fluffy brush. This, I would prefer to use a fluffy brush to press in or set the rest of your face to blend everything together because it's light and fluffy. It's not dense, it's not heavy, and this will allow everything to just melt together. It's a great buffing brush. Dust it off a little bit and just press everything together. This you don't need a lot of product for because we already applied setting powder and everything to our face, but this is just to blend everything together so it's smooth and you don't see any harsh lines. Perfect. Y'all, my skin right now, this base, get into it. For contour, I'm using my E.L.F. contour palette. This inexpensive, again, is not inexpensive. It's cheap and I love it. It's pretty pigmented and a little goes a long way. So this is the palette I'm using. This is already used up. Most of it's used up. But I'm going to combine these two colors because this color is a little too dark for me. I don't like my contour to be heavy. I just like it to be dark enough. So we're going to mix these two colors. Dust it off and brush it upwards. I'm using an angled brush, angled powder brush, and I like to blend it upwards when it comes to contouring because I want to bring in that shape to my face. Sometimes if you feel like it's too much, go back in with that brush that you used to set the rest of your face and just blend it out. That was a little too much for me, but we just blended it out. Perfect, perfect. So after we've done that, I like to go into the brush, use a brush, and contour my nose just a tad bit. We're not doing too much with this. I don't like when my nose is too contoured because then it's just too much for me. But we're just gonna lightly contour our nose. But I'm going to this E.L.F. blush palette, and the color that I will be using are these two. Using these two colors. So I'm using a tapered type of blush brush. We're gonna go into these two colors. Not too much. Sometimes I love to just use an orange shadow as a blush because it sits so well on the skin. But today I'm just feeling a little pink. Give a little smile. I like to place it on the apples of my cheek. Just enough to add that rosé look. Here. And just a little wince right on the nose. That's it. Right here, that's it. Come, look, let me, Chigera. Next, what I'm gonna be doing is highlighting. So for highlight, I'm gonna use this small little highlight brush from Morphe again. And I'm gonna go back into that contour palette, and I'm using this little highlight that that E.L.F. has. You can't really see the shimmer in it, but I love it because it's not too much. It's just enough to add that highlight and that shimmer to your face. I spray it with some setting spray, and I go into that highlight and get my nose, the bridge of my nose. Forehead highlight. When it comes to highlight, I don't like putting it in the middle of my forehead because your face, the middle of your forehead is already seen, and if you put shimmer in the middle of your forehead, it just will be too much. And me personally, I don't like when my highlight is just doing too much. It's we like a subtle highlight, something enough to glow, you're seen, and that's it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do my eyebrows and I'll be right back. I have finished my eyebrows. Now what I'm going to do is set my face with the NYX Bare With Me setting spray. Spray as much as you want. I like to spray a lot because I want my face to be hydrated and give that kind of glisten. You know what I'm saying? Like after you put lotion on your face or your body and it has like that glisten, that's what I like. Good. Ooh, this setting spray is amazing because it refreshes your face, you know what I'm saying? And it also gives you that, it's not a mattifying setting spray. It's a moisturizing setting spray, if that makes sense. It hydrates your face and you can still breathe. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a sealant. Okay, so what's next to do is I'm gonna put on some mascara, do my lips real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, this is the finished look. This is my foundation, my base routine. This is what I do to create a nice and silky smooth, cute base. Y'all, this is skin. This is giving, you know, clarity. It's giving HD vision. It's giving 2020. not the year 2020, but 2020 clear vision. That's what it's giving. I still feel like I can function. I can move left and right, up, down, center, do whatever I want to do, and my face still feels lightweight. Let's see what the glass is on. Yes, ma'am. Ooh, also, I wanted to let y'all guys know that, yes, I also have a different brow routine. I will do a separate video of my updated brow routine, just to give y'all a heads up on what I did use for it, because I love this product. Inexpensive again. I'm the inexpensive queen. But this is from Milani. It was $8.99 and it's their brow pen. I love it because you can create hair-like strokes for your brows. Let me not talk too much. I'm gonna give y'all the tea when it comes to that video. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and click that bell so you're notified when my next videos go up. Go on and be great. No matter what it is, great also means, you know, resting. If you have to take a break, if you need to take a breather, taking a walk, you know what I'm saying? Whatever makes you feel at peace, whatever you really need to do to center yourself and ground yourself, just be great. Some days it's hard, some days are difficult, but it's okay. And look at us, we still thrive. Yes, ma'am, come on, yes. So y'all go ahead, be beautiful, continue being beautiful, continue having a blessed day. You're here, you have purpose. Okay, y'all, deuces, I love you. Bye.